How's it going, everybody? This is Maxwell McGee, and today I'm sitting here with Marco Martinez, who's going to be showing off Autumn Dynasty on the iPad. Marco, thank you for sitting in with us.
Yeah, so let's jump right in. Autumn Dynasty is a RTS, real-time strategy game for the iPad, originally for the PC, but the developers decided to, it has like a touch-friendly interface, so they decided to come out with an iPad version.
So what are we looking at right now?
So right now we're looking at the single player campaign. Obviously I've kind of gone through a bunch of the maps, but I wanted to show you kind of like what's involved in this game. It's a touch-friendly game, so your fingers are a calligraphy pen basically, and you draw out your path of action, and which I'll show you right now. Here's some story, but basically it's set during the end of a golden era, which was ruled by the Autumn Dynasty.
Okay.
And as you see right here, when you see me touch the screen, my finger kind of looks like
a little paintbrush effect.
Yeah, paintbrush effect. So basically, you can circle around with your finger to grab all your units with your finger. Okay. Which is awesome. And there's also a multi-touch feature, which you can grab 2 units at the same time and put them at different directions. So you don't need just one finger to grab units, which is awesome, especially in this kind of game.
So it gives you a little bit more fidelity, a little bit more control over how you move your units across the battlefield.
Yes, and in this mission, we need to infiltrate this base that is monitored by sentry units, or in this case, cavalry.
Okay.
And we need to do this in a secretive way so that these guys don't alert their other squad mates and bring a whole army against 3 other guys. So each unit has certain abilities that help you out in this situation. For instance, I'll use the pikemen, and they have an ambush ability, which you can choose you hit the ambush ability and then you push it over where you want it to be deployed, and you'll see the movement. And
then they just slide right in.
And the territory, so the painted terrain actually acts as an actual, they're not just painted on there, it's
not just for show, like it has gameplay ramifications.
Exactly. And you see here, we are now in the battle because we just use the ambush ability to slow down these guys.
Oh, okay.
And so then it helps us kill them faster, and you can see.
Oh no, that guy's totally trying to get away.
There we go. So we killed them before they got
before they could report back in.
Yeah, but as you can see, this unit used their ability to slow them down so that they wouldn't rush away. We almost, it didn't almost work. So
we got lucky.
Yeah, we got lucky. So I'll grab the other units to meet us up here. But you can see I can draw
you can just sort of point and drag there.
Yeah, exactly. And you can paint like a great complicated way for units to flank in certain ways.
So like setting up waypoints in any other RTS.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll attack this. I'll grab all these guys. And the units over there aren't the enemy units that you just saw on the screen that disappeared won't be a factor because their circle of I guess their fog of war isn't hitting us right now.
Oh, okay.
So. But you use 2 fingers to move around the map.
And you can also zoom in and out.
Pinch to zoom. Yeah, pinch to zoom out and in and out. And so as you can see, you just basically highlight your units and then just drag and point to the area of where you want your enemies to be killed.
Awesome.
So as you can see like that, you can drag them around. It has a lot of features, especially that you can, if you have like cavalry units that are faster, you can send those guys on a direct mission, whereas the foot units will take a little bit longer to get there in open terrain, which makes sense because cavalry units are on horses.
Yeah.
So, but I
imagine the cavalry have trouble getting through woods and things like that.
Yes, exactly. So when you have your foot units, they actually travel faster through trees like this, as I'm showing you right here.
Now, is it all just straight unit-to-unit combat, or is there also research and base building?
So there is research and base building, which I can show you in a second.
Let's jump out and take a look.
Let's jump out. We'll go into the skirmish, just the single-player skirmish. The AI is actually really well done in this. It's not like you can do 3 levels, normal, hard, and brutal. We'll just give you normal so that we don't get overwhelmed in this demo. And the load times are awesome on the
Yeah,
iPad.
that just
I mean, this
loaded
is
right
just the iPad 2, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised iPad 3 just starts up.
Whoop.
So as we have right here, we have a base that creates the units, basically a fort they call it, or the equivalent of barracks.
Okay.
And then up here in the corner you have doctrines, which it gives you the ability to learn new abilities for certain units. So you can unlock like an ambush and veterancy for pikemen, or you can unlock catapults.
Okay.
That have the ability to create avalanches on certain terrain, which is awesome. And then you can upgrade, horse units.
It looks like there's like 3 tiers.
Yes,
for each
3
rank.
tiers for each one that take, a certain amount of time. You don't have to follow the chain of events, but
which one do we want to start with?
So we'll start with the cavalry because those guys are the fastest on the battlefield.
Okay.
And when you're dealing with the skirmish mode, you want to get people fast so that you can hit parts of your terrain as quickly as possible. So we're awaiting orders.
I think we got that.
Yeah, so we got that. So now we're going to build cavalry, and it's going to take some time, as you see in the upper left corner.
Oh, it's got the little percentage counter.
Yeah,
there.
the percentage count.
And then what are these? What are these different?
So on the left, it's the gold to actually build your units. The blue kind of like flame is your special ability points.
Okay.
That you have to build a certain.
Is that for like doing ambush?
Yes, for ambush or avalanches.
Okay.
Or certain other abilities, and you create that with an outpost. So if you click any of the buildings, they'll tell you they're a little blurb about what they do and what their special ability is. So I'll build an outpost so that we can increase the number of special ability points.
And then what are some of the other buildings besides that?
So some of the other buildings are a farm, which creates your money, generates money.
Okay.
And then you also have a tower, which actually will build over here in the corner. It protects your camp. And then you also actually have a camp that allows you to build more units, because you have a cap of 3 to start out with, but every camp allows you to have 1 more unit.
Okay.
So as you see right here, we have a cap of 4, and you can see in the left corner.
So we got some dudes trying to sneak over there.
And they're already attacking us. So we need to build another horse cavalry. And you can see when the horses go into the terrain, they're a bit slower because they are on horse. So you can see how having pikemen or swordsmen would be a good
now, do we accrue currency automatically?
Yes. So once you build a farm or you have your main fort, you build currency over time.
Okay.
I think it's 1+ every second. So, and the more farms you have, the more currency you'll build. So we just lost.
I know, Mario. It looks like we are in a bit of a pickle here against the forces of the red team.
Okay, so let's build. Let's see if we can get some pikemen up. And they already have a catapult right here.
I know. We've got insufficient gold.
Yeah. So that's why it's built. And even normal, the AI is pretty difficult, which is awesome. So.
Now, is there, in addition to fighting the computer, is there human to human?
Yeah, so they have they said in an email that they'll be integrating the game center and Bluetooth support for local multiplayer, which is awesome.
Do we maybe want to hop out here and try again?
Yeah, so let's try one more time. Let's restart this bad boy, and we'll show you a little bit faster pace gameplay. So you want to choose one of your developments quickly so that you can start building other stuff, because if you don't, then the AI will already build.
Yeah, they'll be way ahead of you. And the research doesn't take away any sort of resources from you. It just takes time to complete.
Just takes time, yeah. And your enemy usually has more than you, which is unfortunate, but it still makes it fun. It makes it challenging AI, which is nice, especially when you're playing an iPad game. Usually RTS is.
Is it always you versus the computer, or can you have 2-on-2 or 3-on-3?
In more multiplayer, I'm not sure. Probably with a future build, they'll go more into detail with that. But right now, it's just been 1-on-1. But I wouldn't be surprised if you can get a couple other people
So
about to 4.
How long have you been following this game?
I've been following it since 2009. They started, they won the IGF competition in China, and they won Best Student Game there. And from there, we been tracking them, but then they went dark in development mode, trying to get this game, 100%. And at that time, it was just on the PC. But it had, like, you could tell from the PC build, which is actually available on the GameSpot downloads page if you guys want to try that out. You could check out how it works with a mouse and keyboard, and it works beautifully, by the way. So we tracked them on the PC, but then they, like I said, they were dark, and then 2 years ago we contacted them again, and they gave us a preview build of the iPad version.
Which is what we're seeing now.
Which we're seeing now. I mean, but they did demo other abilities to, like, the console, Kinect, Microsoft tablet, the Surface.
Yes.
So there was a lot of abilities there's a lot of avenues, or I guess platforms, that they could release this on, which is awesome.
So it looks like we've got some enemies coming back in.
So we have the tower this time protecting us, which gives us more time to attack. I have these guys building more camps up here in the corner. I'll build one more camp.
So yeah, RTS games, at least like on the console, have always been like sort of clunky.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
It's safe to say, but you're moving around pretty quick just using the iPad and the touch controls.
Exactly, and these touch controls are so intuitive when you start. It really, they have a tutorial online, but even the tutorial that you learn in here is really quick. It's easy and quick to pick up. I mean, it's easy multi-touch that you do on any app, and they just incorporated that into this game, which is awesome.
Well, Marco, do you have any ideas of when a final release might be available for this?
I got some word from them that they are gonna, hopefully enter their game into the App Store soon for testing, but we could hopefully see this in the next couple months. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for bringing it by and showing it off.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much.
All right.